welcome back to Barb's Inspirational and Craft Channel. I told you today in my video, I said this evening, this is Saturday, the 31st of January, the end of the month, that I would try to do a video on some of the crafts that I'm doing. And I talked about a big quilt that I started way before Christmas, and it was going to be a Christmas quilt. I had too much to do, and it did not get done for Christmas. So now I'm calling it my winter quilt. But I wanted to show you the quilting that I have done on it. At least you can see the project that I'm doing. And if I can flip it over, I'm not for sure if I can because I don't have my camera tripod up here. So let me just kind of hone in on the quilt itself. Let me see if I can flip this. This is a little better, not really. There you go. So this was to be a Christmas quilt, and I worked on it for a long time. But I had another great big quilt that I was working on for a Christmas gift. And this is a queen size bed, so you can see how large this is. But I want to get closer because I do hand quilting. I'm going to try to do this without the shadow of the light. So this is all hand stitched. And I said, I think I was finishing up six squares. And I got a big piece of thread here. And I was hoping I didn't disappoint myself. And I did not. I just finished this one here. And the way I do it, sometimes I'll start down here on the corner. And I go, it's just up. And I just keep going around and around and around and around until I end up in the center. And I just end it and tie it off. Sometimes I'll start in the center and go around. Depends on the location of the block because it's really, usually this is on my lap and I'm watching TV or listening to something. So there's one done. This one here is done. And as you can see, I had that same pattern here. And I just kind of go around it until the whole block is sewn. And I hope you can see this because I don't do anything. This one here is a little harder to see, this flannel. You can't, I'm trying to focus in. But this is quilted, hand quilted. And so it takes a long time. But to me, let me walk around this way. To me, it's just so beautiful. Now, like this fabric is a little hard. This flannel that's in here, it's a little harder to see, just like that black or gray and red one there. Maybe if I hold it this way, you can see it a little bit better. But there was one, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is finished. So I have a lot. I mean, it's pinned. I have this one here. I tucked my hoop off so I could take this picture. I started on it, and I just left these threads where I have started. That one there's just a loose thread. I don't know how that got there, but these are, I just took it off of them. No, maybe it's not the needle there. And I will put my hoop back in it. My big hoop, I broke accidentally. I mean, it's still, I taped it, but it's just pitiful. So on the back, and I've got another quilt under here that I'm working on. I've got to get batting for it. So we'll look at that later. But here's what I did on the back. I didn't have enough. It doesn't really justify it by me just throwing it over like this. But I didn't have enough of this one here. So I had on both sides, I added this piece and these velvet pieces and just made strips like that and added that on there, and it made now this material was given to me and it already was quilted. This was already quilted, but that don't bother me one bit. I just go ahead and that way I did not have to put any batting in here because now I've got that. Well, let me flip that back over just a second. And I don't know if you can see where I quilted mine. You really can't. This is just, I just don't think you can see it where I have quilted mine. But that's okay, because let me see. This one here is kind of hard to find it with all this other stuff here. All this other quilting. So it's kind of blending in there. It's not messing up this quilting at all. But it was just, this material was just given to me. And I do not really see, well, yeah, I do too. Right in there is where I've stitched. Yeah, okay. Now you can see in part. So, but I know I have went all the way through with my needle. It's stitched really, really tight and good. I can see that now. But I mean, somebody just putting it on the bed is just not going to see all that added stitching that I have done in between, like that. You can see that. But this, if you get any material like that's already quilted, I mean, somebody gave it to me. So I couldn't go wrong. And so I did not use any batting, but I'm just quilting it with it on there. So I wanted to show you that. And this one here, I'll be showing you more on this one here. I've still got to get my my batting for this and the back. I'll just go ahead and move this over a little bit and show you a little bit of it, because this is the top. This one here is a very, very special story behind it, but I don't want to give it away yet, because it's for a very dear friend, and it's a surprise. So, I mean, she's just not on YouTube hardly any, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. But I'll tell you more as I go there. So this one here, as I quilt, and I would like to later on do a demonstration on how I do. I mean, you see there's a lot of videos on how to hand quilt. That's not anything new, but I'm gonna flip this back over a little bit. But I absolutely love it. It takes a long time to do it, but to me, I just wanna hone in on skills. And I don't mean this in any way wrong, so don't anybody take this wrong, because it's wonderful to be able to have these marvelous sewing machines, and you can do that. Now, I am trying to learn to do the free quilting on my sewing machine. I've tried it a couple times, and I'm just not really good at. There's no way I'm gonna put a big old quilt on there and try to quilt that without having some more practice. So I wanted to show you that. I told you all that I would try to show, even though I'm not actually doing it, at least you can see the upcoming events. So I do want to, I've got enough still to do in this quilt. And then, of course, the border all around, that I can show you some how that I'm quilting it and on my lap. So this one here's the hoop. This was my big hoop, or my bigger hoop. You see that, and it really pretty well covers a whole block that I can get into almost, because I'm actually starting like on here, and then I go here, and then I go here, and then I go over here. So it doesn't quite get the whole thing, but I tried to rig it up. I've taped it. I've glued it. I've nailed it. I tried to staple it again, and it's just broke. That's all there is to it. It just won't hold it. So now, well, here, let me put this back down. I'll show you. This is the one I'm using now, which is a very solid, much more solid than this one. But as you can see, it's much smaller. So I have to stitch a little bit and move it, and stitch a little bit and move it. I usually end up, this is about right here. So this right here is about what I end up doing. And then I will move it over here, stitch here, then I move it and go up here to meet up with those lines. I usually end up putting pins, and then I move it and go over here and then stitch that and end up with my circle. So that's kind of the way I do it. It's probably a crazy thing that you think, oh, boy, that lady's just plumb crazy. But you know what? It works for me. And when I'm done, I know that my quilt is really stitched. You could just wash this thing. And unless somebody really has a dog that chews on it or something, it's going to last a long time. But I wanted to do this and to get this out, and hope you guys look forward to things that are upcoming, and to don't be afraid to start something. You don't have to start something this big. Like I was talking about, older people, they think they can't do much. You can do a lot of things. Something you maybe wanted to always do. And you just said, well, I had to wait till I retired, and now I'm just not interested in it, or I'm just too tired. I'm still working full time. I told you all that. So yes, I'm tired, but I love these things. I love making things, and I'm hoping to get this thing done. Hopefully before. I want winter to be done, but I want this quilt to be done. So anyway, God bless you. And thank you for listening. Thank you, sweet friends, for watching and giving me a chance on YouTube. I so appreciate it. And I hope that you have a good night. And I will be adding more to my videos in the upcoming future. So have a good night, and the Lord loves you. All right, take care.